Hello, welcome to Three Cups Tarot. On this channel, I make readings with the intention to uplift and guide the collective towards their highest path. And we are going to do a reading for guidance on this week. Whenever you find this message is the week we're talking about, whether this was recorded a year ago or whenever you find it, this message found you at just the right time for the next 7 days and the energies that are influencing you at this time. So I have 3 cards pulled for you to select from. You can kind of just focus in on the imagery, the colors, how it makes you feel, the phrases, and decide whether one or more readings are calling you for your message for this week. Let me just go ahead and read the text if it's too hard for you to see. So first, in reading 1, we have money is simply energy and an exchange of services. How much I have depends on what I believe I deserve. Reading 2 says, I support myself in making the right choices for me. And reading 3 says, with joy I recognize my perfection and the perfection of life. Hi, reading 1. So you were drawn to this card that says money is simply energy and an exchange of services. How much I have depends on what I believe I deserve. And reading that feels a little controversial for me. I feel suddenly really compelled to turn it over and see what it says on the back. Oh, it says I allow myself to accept prosperity. So this is the other side of the coin for you. Believing in what you deserve and allowing yourself to accept the prosperity that comes your way. Those are both your messages. And so let's do just a quick and straightforward reading for guidance on your week, obviously to do with prosperity, finances, material, worth is what's coming through. Material gain, wealth. Anything that kind of feels key coming for you this week. If this resonates with you, this is your message for the next 7 days. So you have first the Knight of Swords. It says, be ambitious, chase your every dream. Love it. And it says on her shirt, book blogger. And I'm really drawn to the unicorn with purple hair in the framed picture on the wall. So unicorns may be a sign for you to look out for this week. They might already be a sign that you follow. I feel the need to point out that the figure's hair is purple. You might have purple hair. You might meet someone with purple hair. This is all going to be key signs for you in this week. And so you're being encouraged to, it's kind of like this message here, to not limit yourself to what you believe you deserve. Be ambitious and chase every dream you have. Don't pick and choose your dreams. Chase them all. With the Knight of Swords energy, it's kind of like you have this energy on your side this week of being curious and being able to take action on research, knowledge, communication, all those areas that will make big gains, make big steps for you financially. So this could be in the area of your studies and career. Maybe you're networking and you say the right words to the right person. It could be in the area of, say, your finances. Maybe you don't really check on them. Your bank statements or your investments. This would be a great time to open up those records and go through them. I think you'll suddenly have an insight onto how to make it even more efficient and prosperous. Let's get some more cards for that. So number 18, Tree, let them go. You may have been disappointed by some losses. I feel this as financial losses. So maybe that was like some sort of investment or debts that happened. Your message here is to not get too emotionally entangled or tied down with what has happened. There's no need for you to let it keep you tied down. This thing that happened in the past, I think it's keeping you small and keeping you more conservative than you need to be. Let this go is really your message. Number 18, I think, is the moon card. I'm really feeling that moon card vibes. Let me just check it though, just in case. 18 in tarot card. Oh, it is the moon, yeah. So the moon is about intuition, illusion, deception, hidden knowledge, and the unconscious mind, uncertainty, and the need to trust your gut rather than what you see or hear. So if there is, say someone is advising you to make some sort of investment and you trust this person's knowledge, but your gut is saying no. For example, trust your gut in this situation. So let's pull the rest of these cards here for your message. You are getting the Vulture and Asphodel upheaval. Wow. So there might be, I'm feeling like Tower cards. This is number 15. I think this does resonate with the Tower card. So you got pretty much the moon and the Tower in your spread. And so basically you might be feeling something happening, and it's not limited to your situation. It's worldwide, I would say. Sorry, my cat. And there's a lot of uncertainty around this. You don't know how it's going to affect you specifically. It's uncertain how this is going to affect you. This external situation is going to affect you specifically. And so your guidance is that during this time there will be an upheaval of something that is, and rather than meeting it with fear, anxiety, frustration, and a conservative mindset, your guides are asking you to let it go. To let go whatever gets thrown out in this upheaval. It will be for your better prosperity in the end, even if it doesn't look that way. I have an example coming in, and so you may be in a situation, if this doesn't resonate with you, please translate it into an example that does, because this is the same energy. So it might be a situation like this where, like, say there's a job you have, and it's a steady full-time job, like the classic job that most of us are brought up to aspire to. Even if we get a little bit tired of that job, that 9-to-5 job in the end. So you have this job, for example, and the situation is that there are changes happening to your place of employment, and say you get laid off. Instead of panicking and trying to beg for your job back or trying to search for another job right away, your guides are asking you to look at this as a Tower moment, a necessary upheaval from something that is not as good as what is coming down the line for you. Let this go, because it opens up the energy, it opens up a space for something better to come your way. I suddenly felt called to pull one of these cards. It's a Happy Trails deck, and I wasn't planning to, but let's see what comes through at the end of what I just said. Doberman Pinscher, daring, dependable, gritty. So I believe you're being asked to take up the energies of the Doberman Pinscher. You may also see a Doberman Pinscher as a sign, a reminder for you to take up this daring, dependable, and gritty, focused and determined, and a dog that's like focused on their goals. This is going to serve you through this chaotic experience. You're going to get through it on the other side. You're going to come out stronger than ever. You have everything you need to ride the waves and come out on the other end just fine. I'm going to continue with the cards that I did pull ahead of time for you. So you had 3 of these sacred medicine cards pop out. So you have 20, storytelling, connection, 15, eagle, feather, soar. I love that. That kind of makes me feel like let go and soar. And then you have 37, kin, family. I believe family is going to be important for you at this time, and to lean on your supports, whether it's biological family or found family or the community around you. They will catch you. They will be like a net, and they will catch you in this moment. And it's kind of it's like part of your life experience to feel what it feels like to be caught by that community, to be supported and held in this moment. I think it's going to catch you off guard. I just noticed that you have 15 here again, kind of reiterating that message that that tower moment is present, the energies of the tower. But here with soar, you are meant to soar from that crumbling tower to greater heights. You're not meant to go down with the flames. This is kind of your moment of being able to soar because the tower is falling. With storytelling connection, I feel the message that you eventually share your story of resilience to others, to particularly the next younger generation who need to hear it, the wisdom from that. And you may even be writing a book, you may be having a podcast. This might not resonate with you right now. This feels like very much farther into the future, like say 5 to 10 years or more. But that's kind of guiding you towards what the bigger picture, the bigger purpose is. This is all part of a story of wisdom you've gained, overcoming difficulties, and the strength that you discovered within yourself to do that. It's bringing me back to the Knight of Swords, right? With all these books, Knight of Swords is about communication and knowledge and research. There's really a connection between the storytelling and the Knight of Swords. Whatever ways you're working on knowledge, research, or communication, those become the important pieces of wisdom you're meant to pass on eventually to the younger generation. And I'm going to leave your message there. I'm wishing you luck and love and light on your week ahead, however you need that. Thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful to you. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. And if you are drawn to another card in this reading, I will see you in that reading next. Hi, reading 2. So you are drawn to this card. I support myself in making the right choices for me. So definitely a message coming through for you this week about trusting your gut and about putting yourself first in whatever decisions you have in front of you for this week. And so when I was shuffling tarot cards, this 6 of coins came out on its own. And so I just took it, it flipped out and fell from the stack, so I took that as your card. So I think there's also something probably very key in the imagery here. So you have a lot of insects. Clearly there's a fly, maybe some beetles. We can't really name all of them, but insects, winged insects like these with 6 legs and exoskeleton are going to be signs for you and significant for you in some way. The only the only spiritual meaning I can think of related to an insect is good luck and spiritual growth with a beetle. But you might want to look up any other significant insects and their spiritual meaning, especially insects that are in your general location that you might see in your day-to-day. Your guides will likely use them to communicate with you. I think this is a little fox, a little white fox in the background too. Snow fox, I don't know. So possibly that's also a sign for you to look out for. And being a fox, or the fox energy, is about being adaptable and to the environment and surviving a situation. So that is coming in with this decision that you're making that is the right choice for you. I feel you kind of going back and forth between what is the right choice generally, maybe what is the right choice to serve everyone in the situation. Your guides are trying to bring you back to the other side of the dial and make the right choice for you. In this sense, there is no right choice. The right choice is whatever is right for you. Let's get some more cards in here. So you're getting walk in a good way, realign. Ooh, so this choice that you're making helps realign you to your highest path. This is a significant choice, but it doesn't have to mean that it's going to be a difficult choice. It just means that you need to find that centeredness and clarity within you to make that choice. Coming back to the Six of Coins, so you have 2 6s here. So 6s will be a sign for you too throughout the week and after. But 6 of Coins is about receiving assistance. And so it could be that this decision is around receiving assistance. Maybe it's accepting financial assistance in some way or asking for financial assistance. Make the choice that's right for you and no one else, and for no other factors. This is the perfect time, number 43. And send out help to others, number 7. Interesting that you're getting 6 of Coins, which is receiving help, and you get this card, sending out help. Interesting. So it could be with the 6 of Coins, if this resonates with you, that you are the one that's deciding whether to help and assist others in their situation. Excuse me. If you were considering, if you are in a position to donate to a charity, set up a scholarship fund, something like that is coming through, this is the perfect time, and it is part of your pathway to do this, to do good in the world. If you needed to hear that, but ultimately this comes down to you making the right choice for you and your path. I can see how that might be a little bit difficult to see if you're trying to decide how to help others in the decision you're making. But don't forget that you're part of this equation too, and your soul is on a spiritual journey of growth. And so that should also factor into the choice that you're making. So I'm going to leave your reading there. I'm wishing you the best week with that. Good luck on your decision. And I hope this video helped in some way. Thank you for any share, subscribes, and comments. And if you were drawn to another card in the pick a card part of this reading, I will see you in the next reading there. Hi, reading 3. So you were drawn to this card. With joy, I recognize my perfection and the perfection of life. And so I'm getting a real sense of a perfectionist type of personality here. And almost like a frustrated perfectionist personality. So it's possible you've been working on something and your ultimate message is that take a step back and look at its completeness already. I get the sense that you may be striving for perfection. Something always feels like it's missing, whether this is just like a certain project, a certain aspect of your life, or just your whole life in general that you're trying to make perfect. Well, your message is that redefine what perfection is to you. Redefine what success is to you without needing to be perfect. Something can be successful and complete without being perfect, and that includes you as a person. So I feel you if you're really struggling to work on something. It's not so easy if you're striving to hit a certain mark, but one way you can support yourself is to kind of look at the roots of where that drive for perfection is coming from and start to gently question it instead of taking it for face value. If you start there, you'll get to this point. It's a development. It takes time. It's a process, but you'll get to this point where you can accept and recognize how everything is perfect, a redefined sense of perfection as it is, and embrace the way things are with joy. So it's like an acceptance. It's almost like acceptance of the way things are by recognizing that they are already in this state of being perfect, that redefined idea of what perfection is. So it's kind of like a warts and all kind of perfection, accepting things for being less complete, maybe fractured, maybe looking a little unfinished, but they're still perfect products and outcomes the way they are. I pulled you some more cards to help clarify this message, and some of them popped out upright, so these two did. So you get the Two of Pentacles upright, and so this is an energy of trying to balance what feels chaotic. So it could be that you're trying to juggle a lot of X factors to get to this perfect outcome. I can relate to this actually. I'm building a course because I'm a teacher that incorporates about 12 different field trips and learning partners, and it's a different kind of monster. I'm doing it with a lot of joy and anticipation, but all those X factors are really adding up into a lot of uncertainties. And at some point, I've had to acknowledge to myself that I can't control how all of the field trips are going to go. That's totally out of my hands. I can only control up to a certain point, but that's kind of the joy and the opportunity in a kind of experiential learning course like this. And so this is definitely a message for me to step back and recognize how nothing needs to go according to my definition or my aim for perfection. I set this target for the course and I wanted it to look a certain way, and it's turning out well so far. It'll launch next month, so we'll see how it goes. But in the end, it's a collaboration, it's a dance, and I'm not the only partner there. It all depends also on the students and the learning partners and the experience that I can't anticipate will happen between all those factors involved. I can only hope for the best. And so it does feel chaotic, and you might be resonating with this energy on something you're working with. You might be feeling the chaos pretty intensely right now and trying to wrangle it in by controlling it more. you're actually getting the message that you can't control it. So that's not going to be the answer. But accepting and recognizing how perfect things are without your control is where you can start to help yourself with going forward on this. And so you're also getting jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So following up, I really get this message of going with the flow, right? You have a figure jumping into, it looks like waters, cosmic waters, and there's like a pupil and iris here. Jump in fully, head dive, and whatever may come, let it come. That it's almost like there's only one entry point to this, and you've done everything you can and everything you need to prepare yourself. The only thing left to do is to jump in. And if there's any changes, practically speaking, it will be in your benefit, in the highest good of whatever you're trying to accomplish. So you just need to say yes. You just need to say yes, show up, and jump in. Bring your enthusiasm, bring your sparkle, and your energy. That's all you really need to do right now. It's less of any kind of planning or perfection, or like trying to control external factors. Everything that you need to bring now to the table is within your control. It's your own energy, your own passion. It's going to be like the battery for whatever needs to get done. So just focus on that. Everything is almost like a gravitational pull. Everything will revolve fine around that. So you're getting also number 15, eagle feather soar. The number 15 is our first number that's really standing out to me. So I want to say the middle of the month, whatever you're watching this, is an important time. I really love these shells. I think it's an abalone shell. That might be significant to where you're at. It's really standing out to me. If you see this iridescent pearly product from the ocean, it's gonna be a sign for you this week. So you might want to take note if you see that come up. Also feathers, obviously, particularly eagle feathers. Eagle feathers soar. You are getting signs from your ancestors and guides for you to jump in, lift off, and soar. When you jump in, you're going to fly. You're going to fly to new heights, higher than you ever anticipated. You might feel like you're going to jump and splat and into an epic fail. You're not. It's almost like it feels like it's impossible. It feels like there's a buoyancy to when you jump off. You can't help but soar. You're being reassured there. And then you're getting the pink honey moon, soothing hurt and inflammation, number 18. I think the pink moon just recently passed, I think in April. Soothing hurt and inflammation. This is definitely a message to not forget your own health and mental, emotional, and physical regulation. So it's like an everyday regulation type of thing. It's not like a health warning, but more of keep soothing yourself. Maybe drink hot lemon water with honey or hot tea with honey. Keep a regular practice. Some teas, I think, can help reduce inflammation. I think hibiscus tea is one of them. You want to look up herbal teas and honey and kind of work on kind of the imperceptible effects to your health that maybe the stress or possibly you're not eating as healthy or exercising as much because you're so focused on controlling or managing the chaos around you or the project that you're working on or just your life in general. This is a reminder to you. And also April may be significant to you. It could be a name of a person or the month is significant. If not, then it's referring to this past April, or the next April. So if you're planning for something in April, that would be the thing. But if not, something important happened in April, and they're asking you to remember like the effect it had on you so that you can take care of yourself. That's what I'm seeing for your week. I'm wishing you the best week with this message, hoping that it helped you in some way. If you're drawn to another reading, I will see you in that one, and if not, hope to see you next time.